Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. It is Support Club Day, and I just want to talk about a few other things, including showing you some more quilts for the Virginia Quilt Museum auction. I'm going to show you 4 more of my quilts that are up for auction and tell you a little bit about them. All right, but before we get to these things, I want to look at the table topper layout, because I've had this on the wall, looking at it all yesterday, and started to think, you know, we have the little spacer sashing. You know, it's only 2 inches tall between the top and the bottom here. And I kept thinking, you know, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? And I kind of love this format, but it would be small, you know, at 2 inches. Plus, it would bank up right against the blocks, like down here it would be right against the fabric, and I just don't know how that would look. So I'm toying with the idea of reducing it down to like a 1x2, or even, yeah, like a 1x2, so they'd be like little rectangles, and then doing a 1-inch background strip above it so that it would separate it a little bit from the blocks above, you know, or below, so that it would be framed. And so I'm thinking of doing just a little strip of those and testing it to see what that looks like, because I'm having trouble visualizing whether I would like it, because it won't be, the thing is, it won't be the same format. So these look so fabulous because they're long, and they won't be long in that little strip up there. They will be a totally different look, and it may not look good. You know, it just might not be the same. So I'm thinking of just doing a little chunk. This is auditioning, like another step forward. I could just cut them. You know, I could do that. I could just cut them and put them up there without sewing them together. And that might be what I do, just to not take the time to sew them together. But cut them maybe just this much. Because I think if I have just, you know, maybe 8 to 10 inches worth, I can get a feel for what it's going to look like. And lay them up there as 2 inches where they are going to touch the top, and see if that's okay. Maybe I'm okay with that. Maybe I'm overthinking it. And if that doesn't look okay, then I might just chop them down so they're only 1 inch tall. That'd be the finished size, and see what that looks like. You know, so I am playing around with that. I am definitely going to try it before I take this off the wall later on. So, or well, actually I may have to take this off the wall to show something. So I'll have to put it back up again. It's okay, because most of that's sewn together, so it's really just 2 pieces, and I don't really need the bottom to do the audition. So, okay, so, all right, I can take it down. Thinking through the process. But that's why that's up there at the moment. I want to talk about the support club. So we are on the 3rd row now of bras, and many of you have already, you know, you've guys zoomed along. And are we on the 3rd or the 4th row? Oh my goodness. So I have lost track. No, I think we're on the 3rd row, right? Yes, I went and checked. We are on the 3rd row. As you can see, let me just pull it up here. I have gone ahead and gotten it quilted so that I have it all finished, and I went with the teal roses. That's, I'm so excited about that. And you can see, well, I'm just going to show you with this camera. So you can see the quilting. So my local friend Karen quilted this, and it's in this really nice wave. We looked at a couple different quilt styles and decided that, you know, this really would look nice, and it would not take away from the bras themselves, which is what I wanted. You know, I didn't want to have that image sort of distracted, since it's an overall design. I mean, of course, you could do a custom design, which would be absolutely fabulous, but I just went with the overall. And then next week, I will share that this has a home already. It is going to go to a group that one of our friends here in our community belongs to. She told me about it, and then I offered her this quilt if she would like it to add to the work they were doing. And I'll get all that information and tell you about it next week. So next week will be the last row, which are the sports bras, and then sashing and your border. So I also went with my wide back for the line. So the great big gorgeous roses on teal. This is a very green leaning teal. So it has a lot of green in there. It's, to me, it's not green, but to some of you, I bet you would call it green. I think it's just right on that edge. So for me, it's got a little bit more blue to call it a teal. So anyways, I think it came out wonderful. And I have all the roses facing up, the bouquets, because it is a directional fabric. So there you go on the Support Club. Speaking of blocks, I collected, were we speaking of blocks? Well, we are now. I collected up a group of your blocks from the hometown fair because I think it's a great block that maybe we could use for the block a day in March. In March, we do a quilt where we do a block a day. And I thought, oh, this one might be a good one. So it was from, it was number 6. So let's take a look. We'll start with Adele, who did a strippy center on her block. Like this crumb blocks, I just love that idea. This is a perfect block to use those for. Alice May has a beautiful floral in the middle, and this is what I've talked about. You can showcase your really pretty prints in this block. Anne is rocking it with that gingham background. Look at that. I love that. That's a pretty large scale gingham, at least it looks like it. Barbara has a toile in the middle, and I have always had a soft spot for toile. I love the images. Venita, look at that. Saturn. Oh, look at the planet. That is the coolest center. Kathy has a wonderful bandana print as the red background here. That is very effective. Diana has a gorgeous sunflower in the center, just perfect. It's got little, look like a dragonfly, so nice. Diane has bees, the sweet honeybees. Judith is going with a dark background, which then is mirrored in the dark background of her center print, which is really effective. Julie has got her whole quilt in this fall fabrics. I think that's a line called Adele, and it is so pretty. I use that for the tree in my holiday hoopla book. That's the fabric I used. Kathy has batiks, and you can see a peek of the prior block. They look really great together. Kay has a I Am the Sanderson Sister, the Hocus Pocus Center. And she's got 2 different blacks and popping against the orange. I didn't know they had a Hocus Pocus fabric. That is cool. Here is another wonderful idea. Linda put a block in the center. How perfect is that, right? A 9 patch, or I'm sorry, she's got a shoe fly block like we're doing for the Secret Lives of Color. Mary's center with the green around it is gorgeous. For those of you who love green, this is your block. Mickey is amazing. Look at the stripe and then this great Halloween print in the center, but the stripe just makes it. That is, now I want to do one with a stripe. Sherry has Santa, and then ho ho ho, which she got all of her ho ho hos going the exact right way, right being the words are readable. I love that. And then Vicky has Quilter's Fuel. She's got her Quilter's Fuel and a beautiful, beautiful block. That center, I believe, is the fabric is Beautiful Morning, the Kari Yoder fabric. That is gorgeous. They were just all turned out so beautiful, and so many different places to use a bigger piece of fabric, and that's what I'm looking for the March block, where we can showcase either you're working with a certain fabric line, or maybe you have a one feature fabric and you want that in maybe the center of all the blocks for the March block a day. It is a repeat block, so that makes it super easy. You don't have to think too hard, and at the end of March you have a quilt made with that block and repeat. I'm really loving this one. I'm putting this in my folder, which has some other ones in it, but I really like this one for that March project. Now I have a mail call, so let's take a look at that. So first, this is from Kathy in Washington, and the card is beautiful. Look at this. Look at that. I love this style. You know, well, to be honest, I love a lot of things. You may have noticed that. But this style, it's like, oh, so cute. And look at the rabbit. So cute. I love rabbits. But she sent me a present that is very unique. It comes in this box. It's not this long, but it's got some batting for protection. It is a piece of, and I'm going to read this first. It's a fusion sculpture of glass. The artwork has been handcrafted from repurposed window glass in the Olympia area studio, and the company is Of Water, Wind, and Woods. There, and it says it takes about 12 to 36 hours in the kiln to do these. So there's the name. There's the name of it. But it is a light catcher or a sun catcher. But look how gorgeous this is with the bee. So this is fairly flat on this side, but on the back side it's indented to create the bee, and then the little honeycombs or bumps, you can kind of see that they stick out. So it is gorgeous. Thank you so much. Mwah, I love it. And I have another mail call, and this one's from Amanda, who is in Virginia. Not my town, different town, but she sent me a Halloween card. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Whoops, forgot that was inside. And inside the Halloween card are stickers. Aren't they cute? Look at them. Stickers, and she found candy corn towel. Oh my goodness. This is going right in the kitchen or the bathroom, one or the other, to use, because it is so cool. And it has like terry on the bath. I have never seen that. So it's got like a really fine pill terry on the back, terry cloth, and then the super cute. So look at them. Okay, in all their glory. Look at these candy corns. I love candy corn. Oh my goodness, so cute. So cute. And she sent me the Spooktacular Gummies. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to try them. I have not seen those ones. They're all little individual packs. So cute. Mwah. Thank you so much. All right, let's talk about the Virginia Quilt Museum quilts. These are my quilts that I've given for the fundraiser for the Virginia Quilt Museum, so you can own one of my quilts. And I specially picked these for this auction. So let me walk through them. The Secret Garden was done in my Hometown Girl fabrics, and this was a block of the month that we did a while back. So in the description box is a link to all the patterns if you love them. So that was really fun. So it's featuring secret gardens across the world. Every month I would, showcase a different garden. Okay, the next one is called Just For You. And it was from my One For You, One For Me fabric line, and it was done in the batiks from that fabric line. That fabric line had cottons and batiks, and it has my gorgeous coneflower, which I love so much. And the quilting on it is spectacular, just amazing. And this is also a pattern, so if you want to make this quilt, you can download the pattern. You can purchase one from my digital store. The next is Corner Store, which is in my Bonnie Lane fabric, and that fabric line is named for my mom. There's a picture of my mom. This is an older picture of her. My mom will be 83 in January, but I love this picture of her and I where we were at a aquarium in Florida when we were on vacation. And so this Corner Store is a free pattern, and I don't have a great full-on picture of it, so you'll have to go over there and see it. So Sheep's Feet is the last one. This was from my Tour of Ireland book, and it is a big bed size. It has a beautiful, warm, cozy brown and chocolates and burgundies border fabric that I believe was a Thimbleberries fabric. So we took this quilt to Ireland, and my publisher named it Sheep's Feet because that's what she saw when she looked at it. She said, oh, then of course we saw lots of sheep in Ireland. So it was fun to do that book. Okay, I have two quilts in the news. One, I kind of missed the date, sorry, but you can still see the quilts online. So Jan sent me this is the one I missed the date. She sent it to me, and the date was, it was just a one-time event, and so I thought it was an exhibit. I misread it. But anyways, it was at the East Tennessee History Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. And it was, you can go and see the talks, the quilts from the talk at the link in the description box below. So there are other exhibits there. You might want to check that out. So thanks, Jan, for sending that. Sorry I didn't get it up here. That's the problem. I can't do things that are like one-day event. They have to be exhibits or things that are ongoing because I just don't get them on here in time. Okay, the other quilts in the news is from Carla, and it's in North Bethesda, Maryland. This is an exhibit at the Strathmore Mansion, and it's all about, it's called Purpose Repurpose, and it's presented by the Studio Art Quilt Associates and the Metalwork. I'm not sure what I wrote there. I was copying it. Metalwork 2022 presented by the Washington Guild of Goldsmiths. So I think there's multiple things in the exhibit. But this looks really, really cool. There's textiles and I guess other things with it. Okay, my friend. I do have a little update on my spooky box. I have more of them done. And this spider web, okay, I have this one and then 2 more, and then I can put it together. So I am going to focus on getting these done and then go back to focusing on the red zinger. That's the next thing that I'd like to move forward. And for the red zinger, I do have my border strips. I do have a border strip. So I haven't started sewing things on it, but I do have it. And if you're in our community page, several people have been starting to post their finishes. So it's been fabulous to see. All right, my friend, we are celebrating, well, all right, my friend, we are focusing October on breast cancer awareness. Next week is my mammogram because I usually had it in August until I broke both my wrists, and then everything got shuffled, and now my date is the end of October. So like maybe a zillion other women that have their mammograms in October, and I'm one of them. So we are on the 3rd row. Next week is the 4th row, and then getting your border on. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.